Hello everyone, welcome to the Power Punch. Incredible fights took place within the One Punch Man storyline, but the one fans were eagerly anticipating was the epic battle between Saitama and Garou. It was a fight that had the potential to almost destroy planet Earth. In today's video, we will briefly discuss this intense fight and the effects it had on the entire world. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, I invite you to subscribe right now. This way, you won't miss any of our upcoming videos and you'll stay up to date with all the content we're bringing. And don't forget to leave your like, as it helps us a lot to know what you think of the content. Guys, the battle between Saitama and Garou begins after the defeat of the Sage Centipede monster. Saitama appears before Garou and asks who he is. Garou responds that he is a monster who wishes to plunge humanity into despair, seeking to become the absolute evil. Saitama is confused because he had previously seen Garou saving a helicopter. Garou argues that he needs witnesses to spread fear and prove his superiority and absolute strength. He demands that Saitama give up being a hero, promising to destroy the Monster Association and the Hero Association. Saitama does not recognize Garou as a monster and leaves Garou unsure if his words had any impact on the hero. Saitama reveals that his house was destroyed and he is now extremely upset. Garou attempts to attack Saitama. However, Saitama is faster and knocks him down with a swift punch before Garou can land a hit. Garou recovers and faces Saitama in a true battle. The two exchange blows and move at great distances, even reaching the sky. Saitama tries to land a punch on Garou's head, but Garou manages to dodge and kicks him, causing a crack in the ground. Saitama gets up, and Garou jumps towards him, landing a powerful blow to his head that creates an impact in the surroundings. However, the blow doesn't faze Saitama, who retaliates with a simple headbutt that breaks Garou's forearm. Garou quickly regenerates his forearm and attempts to punch Saitama, but the hero is faster and hits him first. Saitama knocks Garou down at a considerable distance. At this moment, Tario approaches Garou and calls him a hero, irritating him. Garou tries to explain once again that he is not a hero in any way. Despite Garou's words, the boy insists that Garou is the greatest hero from his perspective and asks him to stop pretending to be a monster. Saitama slowly approaches the two and comments on Garou's actions, such as hunting heroes, destroying dojos, and making children cry by playing the role of a monster. As Saitama advances toward Garou, Tario tries to prevent them from fighting, but Garou ends up punching Saitama after being provoked. Surprisingly, Saitama remains unharmed and reassures Tario that Garou cannot hurt him. Garou attempts to kick Saitama but gets slapped by the hero. Saitama asks Tario if he wants him to stop Garou, and the boy agrees. Now alone, Saitama questions why Garou is acting like a monster despite having helped the heroes before. Garou tries to justify that he was using the heroes for his own purposes. When Saitama mentions the connection between Garou's absolute evil and world peace, Garou angrily attacks Saitama. He manages to land a few blows, but Saitama is not seriously injured. Saitama counterattacks, and Garou uses various blocking moves, but ends up getting hit. Garou attempts a series of attacks, but Saitama dodges all of them, revealing his incredible agility despite not having any martial arts skills. Garou believes he will defeat Saitama due to his lack of technique, but ends up destroying buildings and saving some heroes. Saitama emerges unscathed from the rubble, surprising everyone. Garou, furious, attacks Saitama again and transforms into a completely new form. Saitama defends against the attacks and observes that Garou has improved slightly. With one punch, Garou hurls Saitama toward an erupting volcano. Garou continues to attack Saitama, but the hero remains unharmed. Saitama counterattacks with a punch, destroying the volcano. Garou is impressed by Saitama's resilience and realizes that he saved the city from the volcano's lava. Garou grows two additional arms and attacks Saitama, trying to defeat him. However, even with 4 arms, Garou cannot land a hit on Saitama, who easily dodges and deflects the punches with a single hand. Garou then takes on a jet-like form, propelled by the energy from the 2 extra arms, and pushes Saitama towards the earth with a powerful attack. The attack causes intense seismic waves and distorts the space around. Despite Garou's efforts, Saitama remains unscathed and defeats him with consecutive normal punches. Garou is sent flying into mountains and reverts to his human form after being hit by a powerful punch from Saitama. At that moment, he hears a voice calling out to him, which is Bang's voice. Garou gets up and prepares to face Saitama again, now possessing godlike powers. Saitama notices that Garou has changed his appearance once again. He takes on a new form called Awakened Garou, cosmic fear mode and unleashes an attack called nuclear fission, resulting in a massive nuclear explosion. Despite the powerful attack, Saitama is more concerned about his outfit. Garou explains to Saitama about secret martial arts techniques and demonstrates the Saitama mode, emulating Saitama's punches against him. The exchange of blows results in massive destruction all around. Both of them fall into the water after landing punches on each other's faces. Saitama and Garou quickly emerge from the water. Garou taunts Saitama, claiming to have found someone who can match him in combat. Garou attacks and launches a powerful strike. Saitama jumps to prevent the attack from hitting the ground, but gets hit and sent flying. Garou confronts the other heroes while Saitama is absent. The remaining heroes realize that Garou is the source of the previous explosions. Only the Class S heroes remain, while lower-ranked heroes flee. Garou believes he has achieved his goal of becoming the absolute evil and confronts Bang. He reveals that he was not deceived by an entity pretending to be Bang, but its influence affected him. As Garou approaches the heroes, Child Emperor and Wagama faint and start bleeding from their noses. At that moment, Blast appears and warns about the danger Garou poses to the Earth. A brief battle ensues between Blast and Garou, but Garou considers Blast as an insignificant threat. Realizing that Saitama is hiding his true strength, Garou decides to take Genos' life to provoke Saitama into fighting with all his might. Saitama returns and witnesses Garou taking Genos' life. Saitama delivers a powerful blow to Garou, and he responds with a blow of his own, imitating Saitama. Blast intervenes and transports Saitama and Garou beyond the Earth's atmosphere. As Saitama and Garou clash their blows, a destructive energy is unleashed, threatening the Earth. Blast and his allies redirect this energy, sending Saitama and Garou away from the planet and opening a rift in the cosmos, potentially destroying star systems. Saitama and Garou find themselves on the moon Io after colliding with a natural satellite. Both are confused about the situation and their location. Saitama expresses his desire to finally fight someone capable of withstanding his power, albeit without much enthusiasm. Garou creates a portal in an attempt to teleport Saitama, but the hero casually kicks the portal, leaving Garou puzzled. Saitama lands a powerful punch on Garou, launching him far away. Garou tries to attack Saitama from behind, but Saitama reverses the portal, causing the punch to miss the target. Saitama lands another punch on Garou, knocking him down. Unimpressed, Saitama challenges Garou to fight with their fists instead of using tricks or supposed ultimate martial arts. Garou takes offense and agrees to fight with fists, claiming to have absorbed various fighting styles. He runs at high speed around Saitama through portals, trying to disorient him. Garou attacks Saitama with a series of punches. Saitama counterattacks, but Garou evades the blow. Garou continues with his consecutive attacks, which end up tearing Saitama's clothes and causing an explosion. However, to Garou's surprise, Saitama emerges unscathed and states that he is also capable of something similar. Saitama unleashes an attack, sending lunar soil flying and throwing Garou along with it. He uses the fragments of the moon as a springboard to attack Garou from all directions. Then, Saitama utilizes his incredible speed to create residual images and strikes at Garou. Garou tries to avoid the attack by jumping through a portal, but Saitama appears directly below him and lands a serious punch. Saitama continues to repeatedly strike Garou, distorting his sense of direction. Nonetheless, Garou remains steadfast and tries to mimic Saitama's strength in order to achieve victory, resulting in an exchange of punches to the face. Garou attempts to hit Saitama with a punch through a portal, but Saitama counterattacks with a punch that connects with Garou. Saitama's strength continues to rapidly increase, while Garou struggles to keep up. Saitama ends up launching Garou out of the portal, but Garou manages to attack again, only to miss. Saitama lands a powerful blow to Garou's neck, questioning whether the purpose of this fight was for Garou to surpass him. The fight continues, and Saitama keeps landing stronger blows with each punch. Garou realizes that he could lose his life with just one punch from Saitama. Garou attempts to attack Saitama, but he easily grabs him. Saitama is about to sneeze, which scares Garou and makes him flee. Saitama's sneeze causes great devastation, separating debris and clearing gas from Jupiter's atmosphere. Garou moves away from Io and Jupiter due to the force of Saitama's sneeze. He sees Earth and the moon and teleports there. Before leaving, Garou punches Saitama, allowing him to escape. However, Saitama also returns to Earth. Then Saitama punches Garou in the face upon landing. Garou asks why Saitama doesn't take his life, and Saitama responds that it's because he is a hero and also because it was Tario's last request. Garou sees Tario's body and realizes that he is responsible for taking his life. Saitama questions why Garou has been behaving strangely since entering his cosmic fear mode. Garou says it's because his spirit was weak. Garou realizes that he will never be the absolute evil if he doesn't defeat Saitama, but he accepts having his life taken by him. He wanted to save people like Tario. Garou asks Saitama to copy his martial arts technique. He decides to transmit his most powerful technique, one he never used even with the power of God. Saitama agrees with Garou and watches as the hero prepares to transmit his supreme technique, aware that only Saitama would be able to master the transcendent power of God. However, before Garou can complete the transmission, God interrupts him, silencing him and starting to drain his life energy, gradually turning his body to dust. Saitama is concerned about the situation, but Garou encourages him to stay focused. Noticing that Saitama seems to have successfully mastered the technique, Garou speaks his final words to Saitama, emphasizing that only he can defeat the dark future before Garou completely fades away. Then, Saitama travels through time and witnesses all the events of the battle. Upon witnessing the moment when Garou reveals his identity as the Dark Future to the heroes of the Hero Association, Saitama punches him. Garou is thrown backward and falls to the ground, suffering facial damage. Shocked by what just happened, Garou begins to lose his divine power, while the exposed part of his face crumbles away. And thus, the great battle comes to an end. Thank you very much for watching until the end. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.